Good morning. Let me adjust the music just a bit. Wet this weekend, huh? I think I shared with you last week that my family in northern Ohio, so they were really experiencing a drought. I mean, they just kind of knew that because of the reports. It's not the time of year to notice, crops and stuff, but this weekend they got like over 3 inches of rain. So that helped them get caught up with rain, but it's very flooded up there. So today's practice is going to be about exploring the warrior within all of us. So when I think of warrior, I think of a balance of yin and yang energy in an effort to avoid confrontation, to avoid violence. You need to be very inward focused. And this practice will help, hopefully with that. We'll be very flowy through some of it, moving and exploring the sensation in your body this Monday morning, but also focusing on that groundedness, that connection, so that we can be flexible without tumbling. And if we tumble, we learn, we get back up and we address the issues that caused us to tumble in the first place with a smile on our face. Just like trees, the strongest trees, deeply rooted, but very flexible in the wind. Allow the movement of the branches to flow with whatever's passing by. Just let it pass on by. Alrighty, meet me back at the mat. Let's come to a seated position first, whatever that means for you this morning. I think I'll take Sukhasana. Oh, I need to add my second camera, don't I? Hang on. Just come to the breath while you're finding your seat. And I'm finding my second camera. There we go. And as you come to your seat, if you're in a position to rock a bit here and feel the sit bones, feel the parts of the legs that are touching the earth, and then rise up from that place of balance. Bring your hands to your heart and breathe into that space. Breathe into the heart of a warrior. I think the true embodiment of the warrior is to bring peace, bring balance, bring awareness, avoiding violence, and avoiding apathy. So right there in the middle, right here in the heart space, Anahata chakra, where we can balance yin and yang. Let's take about 5 more breaths, centering into the heart space, the heart of a warrior. And then release the hands to the lap. Now, as I said, we'll do some familiar poses, but we're going to explore a lot in those shapes. So come to table. And you know how table works. There's all kinds of movement that you can do here. So explore. Just move the spine, all of the joints in the body. Maybe come to physical awareness in your body as we're waking up on a Monday morning. That can be an easy awareness. And then maybe as we move through our practice today, we can go deeper into that energetic sense, that flow through us and around us. We'll take a few more breaths here, exploring. You can even reach back with one leg and the other. Just be playful. Be creative. And then come to stillness. Just pause for a moment here. Now tap your feet on the mat. Tap, 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 tap. Kind of wake up your foundation. Tuck the toes. Let's come into down dog. Again, we're going to explore. So rise up. And maybe it feels good to come back and forth through table and down dog. We're shifting kind of into a quasi plank. Just move. Explore the sensations within you this morning. Open up space for flow. And then eventually settle into stillness. Let your head really hang here. In fact, draw the chin towards the chest, so the crown of the head faces the earth. I'll take about 3 more breaths here. And now look between the hands and let's just gracefully tiptoe, or as gracefully as you can, to the top of the mat. Plant the feet under the hips and lay the belly and the ribs on the thighs. Grab opposite elbows and explore here some movement. What feels good? And even roll the shoulders down here. And then drop those hands. Now keep the knees bent a lot, and like you're growing up from your rooted foundation in the feet, we're going to rise up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And lean back once you get here. Let those arms swing back. Lift the heart. Swing your arms back, out, and up. And exhale the hands home to the heart. Bring your arms to your sides, and we're going to spend a few moments in mountain pose, but a moving mountain. So start with little movements. Maybe you sway side to side, noticing the feet grounding down, imagining sending roots down into the earth, and then maybe a forward and back. And let it blossom from there. So it's almost like a dance. And since you're at home, maybe you can feel a bit more free to just explore. Just find movement. There's nothing that is right or wrong with this. Move in your body. Waking up those joint spaces. Remember, the meridians, or the nadis, as we call them in yoga, tend to get blocked in joint spaces. So let's kind of massage the joint spaces with our movement and wake things up. I'll take about, another 10 breaths or so here. Exploring. Move in ways maybe you haven't moved before. Front body, back body, side body, what do you need? And then eventually work your way back to mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a moment to notice. Take a moment to bring awareness now. Feel what it feels like. Be a little more open. Now we're going to start with 3 sun breaths. We do these all the time. But be very flowy with this. We're going to inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Fold. Now I always like to keep my knees bent and round up. Decompress the spine. Reach back. And your arms out and up. And hands home to the heart. 2 more of those on your own, but very free flowy. Maybe you want to stay in one shape for a breath or 2. Let those arms hang as you come up, maybe a little sway. And 1 more. Pause here with hands at heart. Let's cross the hands in front of the heart again, breathing into that space, Anahata chakra, that place of balance, or the place that has potential to balance if we only allow. Okay, let's start some yoga. Well, I guess we've been doing yoga, but let's move on. Inhale up, exhale, fold. If you have blocks, keep them towards the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, and on an exhale, we're going to step back and plank. And let's come to the belly. You can drop the knees, come down. Let's do 5 baby cobra. So again, that flowy, stretchy, moving kind of baby cobra. Three more for me. Last one. Press back into plank and down dog. Make sure the hands are shoulder distance apart, the inner part of the hands. So the index finger, thumb, inner wrist is about in line with shoulder. Swing the right leg back and up. Now step the foot forward, but to the outside of the hand. And drop the back knee. And move here. We're working our way into lizard. Flat move. Explore. Stretch. Open. You can use the blocks here, especially this early. Come down to forearms. If your forearms make it all the way to the mat, feel free. And then find stillness. Root down. And in this stillness, awareness. What are you sensing in the physical body, energetic body, and the mind? In the breath, notice your breath. And then coming out of this, plant the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toe of the left foot and come back into 3-legged dog. And down. Second side, left leg back and up. Step it forward, help it out. the outside of the left hand, and then drop that back leg. Move around here. Play. Exploring the space in your body. Notice you can shift back here, and you're kind of in a wide Ardha Hanumanasana, so half splits. You can work the hamstring. And then once you feel ready, settle into stillness. Whatever that means for you today, you can keep those arms straight if you like. Breathe into sensation. Where do you feel this? Send the breath there. Two more breaths. And then move those blocks up to the top of the mat. Come into three-legged dog. Left leg back and up. Drop the foot, down dog, but walk the feet wide and forward a little. So we've shortened our down dog. Walk the hands to the feet. Up in our high squat. Pull the feet away from each other. Feel that stability. Feel that groundedness, that strength that enables you to move here a bit. Maybe you do a few cat-cow. Maybe you move your head and neck. Stay grounded in the feet. Take the hands behind the calf muscles. Work into the hamstrings a bit. Move. Root it down, but move. And then come to stillness again in our high squat. Maybe rub the hands together. And then flick your fingers. And just bring the fingertips either to touch or just before they touch. Now pull your feet away from each other. Keep the knees bent here. Let your arms hang round up one vertebra at a time. And arms swing back. Heart lifts. Maybe a little more back bend now. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. Maybe we sway here like we did in our first mountain pose. Things are starting to feel a little more spacious and open in my body. I hope they are in yours too. All right, exhale, fold. Now walk forward. Adjust your feet so they're hip distance apart. Drop the knees. Come to the belly. How about three cobra? Go higher if it feels good. Two for me. Last one. Tuck the toes. Let's go right to down dog. Lift the right leg back and up. Step it forward between the hands. Get that back foot ready. Come up in warrior one. And as you come to warrior, bring the hands in front of the heart again. Explore the connection to the earth, your rootedness, your groundedness. And then maybe a little movement through the shoulders and the spine. And then finally, arms up by the ears. Coming into warrior one. Reach through the fingertips. Draw your chin back a bit and lift up through the crown of the head. Breathe. Now from here, we're going to move into warrior three, which means we're going to balance on this right leg. Start to hop forward. The blocks can be useful, or just try to balance on the right leg. Hands can be at heart. Open like an airplane. What do you need? Maybe arms to the sides, up by the ears. Maybe just move. Let those arms move around. And then we're going to slowly drop that back foot back into Warrior One. Lift those arms. Maybe we lift the heart a bit. Maybe the arms come into Goddess. And then frame that front foot. Step back into plank. Find your way to your belly. 3 back bends. Baby cobra, cobra, even up dog. One more. Tuck the toes, down dog. Lift the left leg back and up, and mindfully, so really reach it up there, and then step it forward. Preparing for Warrior One. Rise up. Let's focus a bit on our base, on our feet, sending roots down, maybe a little movement. And then finding Virabhadrasana 1. Chin tucks a bit, tucks and lift up through the crown of the head. Your arms can be up by your ears or forward of your ears. Breathe. Breathe in stillness. But as the focus draws inward, we realize that it really isn't stillness. There's always that need for flexibility, for movement, that dance with gravity. Now coming into our Warrior 3, we're going to hop and lift. And then what do you want to do with your arms? Do you want to move? Do you want stillness? Flexibility of the warrior. The ability to yield, but yield in strength. And then back to Warrior One. Lift the arms, lift the heart, lift the gaze, goddess arms. Shoulders out of ears. Now frame the foot, step back in down dog. We're going to bring our legs forward one at a time, but stepping to the outside of the hands. Once you get here, you can rise up in that high squat, or if you'd like to follow me down into garland. And again, move. Even in your high squat, move. Find some space. And by exploring the space, sometimes you can settle in to a shape that feels just right. And then come to stillness. Long spine. Draw everything towards the midline. So we're pushing the hands together, we're pushing the knees into the elbows. And with that, we're rising up through the crown of the head and reaching down to the earth through the feet, through the tailbone, through the sit bones. Now bring the hands to the mat. And in either shape, we're going to lift sit bones up towards the sky. Now come halfway up, take your hands to your shins, lengthen through the spine. Maybe move those hips a little bit, shoulders a little bit. Fold again. Pull the feet away from each other, swing the arms out and up. And then hands crossed in front of the heart. Pause to feel. You still want to move? Do you still want to blow in the breeze? A little stillness. Now step your feet back underneath your hips. We're going to add some things on. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Step back with the left foot. Come up in warrior one. And come forward to warrior three. And then back to warrior one. Now we'll open to warrior two. You'll probably need to rotate that back leg a bit so the pinky toe edge square with the back edge of the mat. And then here in warrior two, move a bit. Maybe you want to come a little deeper. Heel toe that foot back. Draw the sit bones under you. You're kind of scooping like you have a really heavy dinosaur tail. And then keep the front knee coming down the center of that front foot and swing your arms up. Gaze down the left fingertips and breathe. Well, let's take peaceful warrior, either dropping the right hand down the back leg and reaching up with the left, or maybe you take your half bind. Neck is long and gazes up towards the sky. Heart's lifted a bit here. Into stillness. And then back to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms around. Let's come to plank. Let's try an up dog. So I like to come to up dog by just flipping the tops of my feet and then dropping my hips. I'll tuck the toes, down dog. Pause here, maybe a little more movement. Now swing your right leg back and up. And step it forward. Getting ready for warrior one. So in warrior one, the legs tend to be a little closer together. In warrior two, you can reach back with that back leg a little deeper. Now rise up. Root down here. Maybe explore some movement. Arms by ears, warrior one. Right away into warrior three. Whew. This side's hard for me this morning. As soon as I say that, it gets really hard. My mind convinces me. And then back to warrior one, or the floor. It's the direction I'm headed. And we're going to open to Vira two. Play. Adjust. Don't be afraid to look at the feet. Look at the knees. Find your way into warrior two. Rooted, strong, but flexible. A balance of yin and yang. Always able to draw a little more yin if you need it, a little more yang if you need it, and now peaceful warrior. So the yang would be maybe our adjusting, and the yin, our stillness. And then back to warrior two. Cartwheel around. Let's step back into plank, take another up dog or a back bend, or you can just meet me in down dog. Now let's hold down dog for a bit. Move around for a few breaths and then settle into stillness. A little yin and a little yang. Find the breath again. Let the breath wash through the body. As we're opening up the channels for energy and even the physical channels in the body. We're bringing in energy, bringing in nutrients, and we're releasing things that we don't need anymore, but also metabolism, the toxins, just the waste products. Just let it go. And a lot of that leaves us on the breath. The breath washes through the body. Bring the gaze forward. Maybe this time we step forward a little more deliberately. Keep the knees bent. If you need to sway a bit here, and then come halfway up. And fold. Pull your feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and out. Exhale, hands to heart. Cross the hands over the heart. And breathe. And feel. Okay, one more thing to add on. Inhale out. And fold. Lift halfway. Hands to the mat. Step back with the right foot. Getting ready for warrior one. Rise up. Warrior three. Warrior one. Warrior two. Peaceful. Warrior two. Now take the hands behind you and fold forward. So you're sliding along the inside of that front leg. Let your head hang. Reach up with the fists. Breathe. You can move a little through the shoulders, maybe bend the elbows and then reach again. And then find stillness. I turn to frame the foot with the hands. Come back to plank. And do your back bend, whatever that is for you. And down dog. Right leg back and up. Step it forward. Warrior one. Warrior three. Warrior one. Warrior two. Peaceful. Warrior two. Hands behind the back. Fold. And some movement here. Shoulders. You can even straighten that front leg and bend. And then find stillness. Frame the foot. Come to the belly. Let's find crocodile. I'm going to keep my head out. But you can bring your forehead down. Feet wide, and then some windshield wipers. I'm kicking my furniture. Maybe you are too. And then come to stillness. And breathe. And the heart is facing the earth. Let go. And receive. Receive with your inhale. And bring the feet together. Let's come into Sphinx. Elbows under armpits. Pull the hands towards you. Feel the heart shift forward. It reaches forward through the gate of the arms. And push into the elbows again. Rise up. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Pivot on the elbows. Press up. And down. Coming in and out of seal. Let's do 3 more of these. Last one. Table. And come to a seated position. Start with the legs wide. And adjust. Push the heels down and try to draw the heels towards you. That will probably lift the knees, and that's okay. You're going to tip your pelvis forward. So we'll kind of come in and out of that. So we're going to draw, we're going to engage, and maybe there's a little forward fold here, but that's not the point. And then relax everything. And engage. And then relax. So each time, maybe there's a little more forward fold, maybe not. Play. What do you want to do with your arms? Maybe they just want to move. Maybe they want to reach out. Let's do 3 more of these. And on the third, we're going to hold. So here's my number 2. And the number 3. Wherever you're at, hold. But hold in a way that you're engaged, that you have an isometric contraction somehow. If you're in this shape, you can push those heels down and draw them towards you. If you can reach the toes, you can pull. If the hands are out here, you can pull the hands towards you. Engage the arms, you help tip the pelvis forward. 3 more breaths. Maybe with each breath, you allow that melting. You're letting the breath help open up space. And then rise up. Let's bring the feet together. Dandasana. Same thing here. I'm going to dig my heels in, pull my heels towards me, let that tip my pelvis forward. My knees are bent. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold at the hips. And then inhale, we're going to come up. And exhale, fold at the hips. And inhale up. 3 more of these, and on the third we'll hold. One more. Hold. Keep the pelvis tilted forward. Maybe you just kind of dip one heel then the other. Little tail wagging. But pull with the hands. Your hands might be on your shins. Your hands may be under your knees. And then rise up. Let's come to down dog. We're going to do a couple of pigeons. And then we'll come to the mat. So from down dog, we'll start with the left leg. Swing the left leg back and up. Now shift forward, bring the knee right behind the left wrist. Slide back with the right leg. You can always come to the back and do a number 4. And then wiggle here a bit. Maybe you shift to that hip and then maybe you come off. And again, the blocks can be helpful, even if it's for your head. And come forward as far as feels right for you today. If you tuck the right toes, you can kind of round the spine into a cat, shrug the shoulders, and then come down. We'll do 3 more of those. That kind of, the movement sometimes helps in these tougher, stretchier poses. Remember, the muscles tense when we come into a stretch. That's their job. So if they give them a little bit of chance to know that we've got this, we're not going to injure ourselves. But that takes awareness, that takes honesty. Just the right amount of yang. Now lift back up and down dog. Left leg back and up. Let's open the hip, drop the heel to the bottom. Knee rises up. Notice shoulders. Try not to let them twist. Or maybe you do let them twist. See what happens when they twist. Move through that. And then back to down dog. We'll take the second side now. The right leg back and up. Bend the knee. Shift forward, 3-legged plank. Slide the knee behind the right wrist. And then slither down into this. Move a little over to the hip. Maybe both ways. It's fun to find a new movement. It's like, oh wow, I've never really done that before, and that felt good in that space. Then come to your forward fold. And tuck the toes of the left foot. You can round the spine, push into the elbows, push into the ball of the foot, and then lower. Kind of a little cat-cow. Come to stillness. And lift your gaze over the block. Let's take Shavasana in crocodile today. Since we already are facing down. If you want another shape, that's fine. Find your way to rest. I'm going to come up to a seat. If I stay down here with my mouth towards that microphone, it's not going to sound good. So you work your way into your shape for stillness. Bringing awareness again to that place of potential balance, the potential, if we allow it, if we bring awareness to our energy, to our actions, to the world. What does the world need right now? It needs balanced. And that balance comes from each of us. Each individual can contribute to or detract from a sense of balance. Bring awareness to your heart center as you breathe, letting the breath wash through the body. Begin to deepen your breath. And in your way, maybe in a very new way for you, find yourself back in a seated position. Explore that journey from crocodile to an upright seat. Is there a place on that journey that you can stretch and move into that you've never been before? once you arrive, let's bring hands back to heart. Looks pretty out, it's not raining. That's good. We need a little balance, need a little dry time now. Somehow Mother Nature tends to eventually find that balance. Let's inhale, reach up. Bring the hands together and exhale, draw the hands home to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thanks again. Have a great Monday. I'll be here Wednesday, 12:15 to 1 for a cardio strength and tone class. Friday morning again, 7 a.m. Have a great week.